Hey guys, welcome to today's video, and today we're going to be comparing the specs of the iPhone 12 Pro Max from last year with the newest generation of the iPhones, the iPhone 13 Pro Max. So before we start off, all I want to say is that this year's upgrade doesn't have too many hardware changes, and it's mostly all software, as I'm going to show you in some of the specs that we go over. But first off, you can see that the notch has gotten smaller here. It's about 20% smaller according to Apple. But it does go farther deep down into the screen by like the slightest bit, maybe less than a millimeter. So it's not a huge change. Like it's not gonna be too big, but it is smaller in width, and they had to incorporate the Face ID in it. But then they moved the speaker grill up to the top of the iPhone so that they can make it smaller. And starting off with the colors, we went from the Pacific Blue to the Sierra Blue on the iPhone 13, which is just a lighter version. And I personally like the Sierra Blue more. It just looks pretty good in my opinion. The Pacific Blue was more of like a greenish blue, and the Sierra does look like a real cool blue. We have silver in both phones, and I feel like the one on the left is a bit brighter, but that might be just me. They probably are the same in like hue and RGB compositions. Both of them have gold, but the gold has definitely changed this year. It's a bit darker, if you can see, and it's more of a skin tone type of blue, skin tone type of gold. It's a bit cleaner in my opinion. And then we have the Graphite which is the exact same thing as last year. It hasn't really changed much since like it first came out with the iPhone 11, I believe, iPhone 11 Pro. And what is sad is that Apple has discontinued the iPhone 12 Pro and Pro Max, like all the iPhone 12 models, even though they came out last year, just so that they can focus on selling the iPhone 13 now. And that's kind of sad because it's only been a year since it came out, but it has been discontinued. But obviously that doesn't mean that it's going to stop getting the software updates, because it's way too soon for that. Apples have been known to support software on phones for like a long amounts of time, like multiple years. And we should see the iPhone 12 Pro getting software till like 2026, I believe. And the pricing is the same as last year. Both of them started at $1,100. And quick look. So we have the 6.7-inch display that we have had every year. But the problem is that with the iPhone 12 Pro Max now is that it's a 60 hertz display, but the iPhone 13 Pro Max, they upgraded it to a ProMotion, which basically is fancy words for 120 hertz. And they're both Super Retina XDR displays. Both of them support 5G, since that's like the new future now. 4G is slowly fading away, and 5G is much faster, much more capable. Now, this is like one thing I just noticed, but if you look here, you can see the gap between the camera lens and the edge of the phone, and you can see here that it's a bit bigger, and that's trying to show that the camera setup is a bit bigger this year. They're still all telephoto wide and ultra wide, but we do have cinematic mode now. And what cinematic mode is basically portrait mode video. So like I said, it's mostly just software upgrades this year. And portrait mode, we've had that for like a while now, and just like putting that into a video format means that we have portrait mode video, which is cinematic mode. It is limited to 1080p though, and only can record in 30 frames per second. So we have 6x optical zoom range now from like 5 range. So it's not a significant difference, but you will be able to zoom farther. But you still have the 12 megapixel camera, meaning that it's gonna be blurry since it's like a digital zoom. I don't think it's like physical zoom. So that's going to affect video quality and photo quality. We have the Lidar Scanner, and they are the same size as last year. I don't see a big difference in like Lidar Scanner size and stuff. So they're going to be exact same Lidar scanners. We have the upgraded chip. It's a 6-core CPU, 2 performance and 4 efficiency cores. We had the 6-core last year on the iPhone 12 Pro Max as well. Not a huge difference there. But we have a 5-core GPU up from the 4 cores GPU. So we have an extra core now. And we also have the old, it says new 16-core neural engine, but it's the same as last year, so not a big difference. And faster chip in every smartphone. So that's like pretty much just the Apple thing. Every year they make a slight difference to the Apple chip. They're already way ahead of their competition. So we get 28 hours of video playback now, up from 20 hours. So we have the biggest battery in a smartphone, in an iPhone so far, in this phone right now. Both of them support Face ID and have ceramic shield, which is a surgical grade stainless steel, and which like ceramic shield is like multiple nano crystals in the screen, which help it from shattering, and it does not help with scratch resistance, as we found out with the 12 Pro Max and the 12 Pro, but it should help like from getting damaged during drops. They have the same IP68 water resistant, 6 meters for up to 30 minutes. They both have MagSafe. And you can get the iPhone 13 Pro Max in 1 terabyte this year, which is a huge improvement because of, like I said, cinematic mode, and then you also have ProRes, which are very like industrial like level video formats, and those take up a lot of storage. So 1 terabyte is going to be necessary for some people if they tend to use that feature more often. They have the same screen except the 120Hz ProMotion on the 13 Pro Max. They have the 2,000,000:1 contrast ratio, which is amazing. True tone display, wide color display, haptic touch, and we have 100 nits of max brightness now, which is up from the 800 nits. And we have 1200 nits with the HDR, which is the same as last year. The size and the height is the same exactly as last year. The width is exact same. The depth in the iPhone 13 Pro Max is up by 0.01 inches, which is barely anything. And the weight is up by a bit too, which is about like, I think 12 grams that is. Yeah. IP68. That's pretty much it. So, like I said, Apple Pro RAW and Apple ProRes, those are like really photographic styles and stuff. So it's mostly a software update this year, and it's not a huge difference. And we are going to, on this channel, have a secret iPhone 13 video coming up, maybe. I'm not exactly sure yet, but we may have it coming up. So stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe for that. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you. Bye.